Hello, everyone. Welcome to another moon phase reading. For this reading, what we do is we look at the magical and spiritual energies that we will need to know about from the new moon phase that we are in now on January 29th, 2025, till the full moon on February 12th, 2025. And this is an inclusive reading. This is for all magical and spiritual practitioners. Regardless of your stripe of what you choose to work with. This is just an overall reading for the collective. And hopefully this will help you find your way over the next 2 weeks as to what you may want to work on, etc., or look out for. This particular new moon feels very important in the fact that it is not only the Chinese New Year, and we are bringing in the year of the snake. I believe it's the wood snake, which is also combined with the fact it's the first new moon of the year. It is in Aquarius, which also ties into the fact we are in the age of Aquarius because Pluto moved into Aquarius later last year. So this is what I would call an auspicious time. It feels like an activation, and it feels like what we decide to focus on over the next 2 weeks could set the tone for our way forward for the next several months, if not into maybe even 2026. And that's just meditating before this reading and just what I was getting. So this is an important time period to look at how you want to move forward with your practices, with your energy. And we're going to see what the cards have to say. I'm using the Universal Tarot. And then, of course, I will use these cards as a final punctuation. I'll set those over to the side for now. And I will draw them with a pendulum. All right. Oh, yeah. The other thing, too, is the last moon phase reading was very focused on sort of a slower time internally and coming back into who we want to be, who we are at almost like a soul level, and not moving forward externally, but moving forward internally, sort of reconnecting with the collective, whether that be with spirit guides or with other people in the physical that you share a fondness for, who share the same practices, who share the same energy. But it was very much sort of a break after the intense energies of the solstice in the new year. So it'll be interesting to also see how that folds into this as we get into it. And yeah, let's get into it. A break there. There's the cut. And so I will pull these with pendulum, and I will speed up the video slightly to make this time period go a little bit faster. There's 3. Okay. Interesting. Knight of Pentacles on the base. Knight of Pentacles is usually pretty slow moving. Let's see what the cards have to say. The 7 of Pentacles. The 8 of Pentacles, lots of pentacles, lots of work on the physical, lots of craftsmanship. And the 7 of Wands. Interesting. Okay. So right away, I noticed that there's a need to not only review and look at the work you have done over your successes. Perhaps you picked up a new skill. Perhaps you started learning a new oracle. Perhaps you started moving into something that in this realm of spiritual and magical practices, whether it be yoga, card reading, automatic writing, anything like that. Things that you have worked on and have been successful with, kind of a sense of review. And what you have done well with, what you have been masterful with in your working with it. And then the Seven of Wands is very much about protecting your passions. And this came up in my weekly reading for this week, actually. I believe it did. And I just find it interesting that it's popped up again about really what can you do to protect your passions, protect that which is important to you, that you know is a part of you. Eight of Pentacles is all about masterwork, being masterful in your craftsmanship, masterful in the physical realm, doing things correctly, slowly, methodically. I think by reviewing these things that you are good at and continuing to strive to master them and to be the best you can be, there is a sense of protection from that. There is a sense that you can pull on these to protect what is important to you, to defend yourself, not in a negative way. It's like it feels like, because you have the skills here, like remembering that you have the skills, remembering that you have those skills, remembering what you've done in the past, what you've been through, and what you are getting good at or are already masterful at. You can protect yourself and protect those very passions with those abilities. Standing up for yourself, that also I feel is coming through here. And the base card, also a pentacle, Knight of Pentacles, which is about, sometimes the Knight of Pentacles can move too slow, but they're very thorough. They're very set and solid. And this is about the physical world, taking care of the physical world around you. Last moon phase was very much about internal work. This feels a lot like how you bring that internal mastery out into the physical. Okay. How you can bring it out in your day-to-day life. How can you bring out, if you are working with affirmations or prayer to angels, for example, how can you bring that out into the physical world? You don't have to make a big show of it. Matter of fact, I'm not seeing any sense of like making a big show of it, but how can you just carry it forward into the physical? Okay. And protect yourself. Like, use it for protection. Use it to protect your space, so you only are working on the things you need to work on, what you want to work on. This seems to be a very excellent transition from that previous moon phase where we kind of had a break to really suss out what we wanted to focus on. And now it's like calling us to bring it into the physical, really, to bring it into and manifest it into the 3D. That's what I'm getting, at least. Let me look at this a little more. So I'm going to pull another card, and I am not going to use the pendulum. I'm just a little curious, just for a little more insight, a little more extra, and then we'll go to the Angels and Ancestors card. Ace of Wands, right? Like, this feels like it belongs right about here. And this is a gift. This is a really good idea, a passion of yours, something you definitely want to do. really try to hone in on that thing that you want to be passionate about and bring it into the physical over this time period as we go into the full moon. I just heard a lot of you know what I'm talking about. So if you've been thinking about doing something, working on something, attending to something, and bringing it out of the quiet place, like bringing it out into your everyday. I just keep hearing that over and over in my head. Bring it out into the everyday. Bring it out into your work life. You don't have to be boisterous about it, but just quietly meshing it into the physical. Yeah. Okay. So that's our energy. That's the energy we're working with as we go into the full moon. And I think this is the full moon, right? That exercise will lead into this Ace of Wands energy, which is really powerful energy when it comes to creativity, when it comes to your passion, when it comes to why you are here, why you want to be here. Okay. All right. Let's pull the final card from here. And yeah, I'm going to pull Pendulum. Do it this way. I will not speed this up because it's only one card, unless it decides to get complicated on me. Let's hope that's not the case. Give it a little bump. Nope, not that complicated. Just had to make sure. Air Guardian. Shift your perspective. I'm sorry, shift your perception, right? Shift that perception from the internal to the physical. Shift that perception about what you want to defend. What do you want to protect? How can you bring your skills from the past and the good work you have already done? How can you make it better and bring it into what you want to hold on to, what you want to protect, how do you want to defend your creativity? How do you want to defend your passions? Okay. Yeah, I think that's it. I'd be interested in hearing what you all have to say about this. Feel free to leave a comment. I would love it. I love discourse on this. And yeah, you can reach me either here with a comment on the video, or you can reach me at alongadifferentpath@gmail.com. If you're interested in a reading or you're interested in just talking about the cards, I am available there. You can find me there. You can also find me on Instagram. Feel free to share this video if you'd like, if you know other people that might enjoy this type of information. And make sure you give this video a thumbs up, please. That's the one thing you can do to really help this channel. So I'd appreciate that. Otherwise, oh yeah, I am doing weekly readings now. I try to get them out on Sunday night or Monday morning of the week ahead. It is not so much these grandeur energies. It is more kind of focused on our day-to-day. What do we need to know to get through the week? I do believe these can dovetail pretty nicely, and I'll talk about that in the weekly readings as well. All right. Seems like a pretty good week to focus on where your successes have been and how you want to bring them forward into the real world, into the physical world, into the 3D. All right, everybody. Thanks so much. I hope you've enjoyed this. And as always, peace and strength. Bye-bye.